going to a special part of the Monster House fucking stream play shit here. You know, the stream highlight stuff. What you're seeing here isn't actually a stream, but is a recording that I made way after the fact of that stream. I had to play for the entire game again, though, because last time I didn't have saves on, so I lost all my progress before. But now I'm back here with all the progress that I had beforehand, and now I get to show you me being the fucking game finally and showing you what you missed out on. I know, it's a little annoying, but we have to deal with it. So, let's just get this out of the way right off the bat. That, this is gonna be a hell of a trek to, you know, go through. Because at this point, they do play, a bit of a bullshit card on you. Also, I know a bit more about the controls at this point than I did beforehand, I believe, so let's just go ahead and show off what the problem is. The problem being that this room here is the hardest room to get through. I mean, to start things off, you get a whole bunch of chairs coming at you, which a bit of spraying will take care of really easily. But that's not the problem. The problem is more to do with both the second and third row of enemies. The second is a bunch of those smoke bastards in the red shooting purple puffs at you, which, you know, bit of a radius on that. It's annoying. What can you do? Take care of them as quickly as possible and get rid of them with the spray. Once that's taken care of, you get the third row, which has two of those lamp fuckers, you know, also on the red, as well as a red smoke, which, is probably the worst thing to deal with, like, at any point in the game. This is the hardest part to get through, because these guys can put in lines, and you only have this small hallway to deal with, and also the smoke, which, you know, makes less space for you because of how big the radius is, and you don't really have that much health to go for, and your only health is, like, right behind the enemy, so, you know. Also, you know, the weapon you have here isn't very good at, you know, taking care of these guys. I mean, I like his weapon in his big spray, but it's only a second placer, really, and even then, it has issues, like, for instance, with the lamp fuckers. All I can tell you is just shoot and hope you can take them both down quickly. As long as they're both down, they'll get out of their red zone and their electricity bullshit will end and make your life a whole lot more easier. After this, you can just get rid of them, and then you get your health, and, you know, then you're near the end of the game at this point, because there's not too much to deal with the house now at this point. You're trying to escape, and you're nearly out of here, by the way. Oh, by the way, I'm going to keep that health there, because around the corner, the TV. I have my big spray, though, so I'm going to use that. The lock-on acts weird, though, so I have to re-lock on every fucking time. And I have to go around here into this room to my right for this to happen. Great. Also, the stuff here will start to attack me as well. I'm gonna get some arcade tokens while I'm at it, though. Yeah, look at that. They're trying so hard to attack me with vases, but they can't do it. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and break some stuff, like this vase behind the door, which has some health for me. And, you know, there's nothing in this one, but there's a whole line of vases upstairs over there, so you might as well climb up and take care of those. There's no real point coming in here except just to grab a few little bit of health if you need it, and also to, you know, just grab some tokens, I guess, in the very get-go. The only point of being here is to go back and go through a whole bunch of shit, which involves those chairs up on the roof that you might have seen. They'll be flying them at you. But don't worry, these fucking things on the floor will keep blocking the chairs, so... Luckily the chairs are of no real threat to you here. I mean, this is, but not the chairs. So yeah, after a bit of just doing this over and over again, and somehow it just broke itself. There we go. And now we can leave. And at this point, I believe we made it for the whole thing.
For such a small house, it sure is easy to get separated. Whoa!
Hang on, Chowder!
Help!
We did it, you guys!
Oh boy! Guys?
Oh, what? Did you think that was it? That we escaped the house, that was the end? No! Now we got the chase, which is a complete QTE fucking bullshit ride. No, seriously, this whole bit is just automatic, and all you have to do is press buttons, from square to X to circle. And it is all QTE. You do kinda get a second chance with these characters if you fuck up once, but after that, you fuck up again, it's game over, you have to reset the entire thing. And there's no real checkpoint. In fact, the game will no longer save until you beat the game. So, you kind of have to keep going like this until eventually you're done with the game. And it's a bit annoying, because they really want you to QTE through the whole thing, including the cutscenes that come in between the whole chase. Like this one. Yeah, just square right off the bat. And now we continue moving on with the same bullshit. It gets harder, too. They want you to press buttons real quickly in succession. Sometimes, and usually at the very end, a whole bunch of buttons in a row. It's dumb. It's really dumb. But you gotta do it. You know, just keep going at it and eventually you will make it through. But, it's about as fun as you think it is. I mean, yeah, the house is really cool looking, I will say that much, but the game here is, yeah. As you can see, I fucked up once for TJ there, so now he's very behind. Oh, but as for this bit, yeah, press the L1 button. I mean R1 button. Yeah, that cutscene acts weird. For some reason, it kind of glitches out a bit there. That's the game. That is not my disc. My disc has had some problems with the audio and such, you might notice for the stream, but yeah, that's audio problems. That's not visual problems. That is actually a bad cutscene. Oh man. Anyway, get through this and you're done with the chase, which means we get to the actual final boss fight of the game. Which is, it's interesting, I will say that much. At the same time, it's just not very good. I don't mind this game that much, it's just very forgettable and bland, and this ending bit sucks. But, whatever. Final showdown, the final chapter, chapter 9. Let's go. And now we begin the boss fight. So we can move back and forth with the left stick, and then we can attack with the R1 button. And that's it. That's the game. So you just keep doing this until eventually you win. You want to dodge the attacks, but she telegraphs her, glowing eyes. They do take a bit of a while, though. You get kind of knocked about from the camera by getting close and getting attacked. And she does a lot more damage to you than you can do to her. So, that's fun. Now, there are 2 cutscenes you can get from this. Also, this shit. You get a nice little grabbing fight here, which is great. Also, she'll blow you away as well. But yeah, just keep attacking until she glows, then back the fuck off. But if she does this and you get grabbed, this happens. That's it. It's a little cutscene. Now, there is one more cutscene I need to show you, and that is the way to really deal damage to her, because you just kind of inch off health every time. The way to deal a lot of damage to her is to knock her back. And the only way to do this is from a certain attack that she does, because she'll try to grab you, and if she misses, which I'll show because she did it before, but she got me. But if she misses, you will stun her. And then you can go up to her and beat the shit out of her and does more damage than what you're doing right now. However, there's a bug. There's a problem with this fucking boss fight in that it can bug out and make it unwinnable. You will see it here, because it happens to me in this fight, and it's dumb. I don't like it at all, but it happens to me, and if it happened on stream when I was, at the crunch time, and I still had some time left, I would never be able to actually finish the game at that point, because, look, watch this. You stun her like this, just keep spinning, and then boom. Now she's stunned. Now you just smack into her. And yeah, you can see it's dealing more damage now. Now, there is a problem, and you're about to see it, because if you stun her again when she's at low health or whatever, this will happen. You go for it, right? But then you get rid of it, and now I'm gone. Where am I? What happened? I can still attack. Well, guess what? I'm inside the house. No, I'm inside. See? See? But I can't do shit. I can't move. I can't attack her. She can't attack me. We're just kind of stuck like this now. And the worst part is I can't replay the final chapter, so I have to replay the chase, which I'm not making you watch. So, here we go. I'm about to beat the boss again, and there's one more QT thing you have to do after take care of all of her health. And I'm going to stay silent for this one, so enjoy your ending.
Booyah! Excellent, it worked! The house! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god!
Maybe this isn't such a great idea after all. For my whole life, which seemed like a really long time, This was the house across the street. Old Man Nevercracker's house. Then one night, I blew it up. The spirit of Nevercracker's wife was set free. Constance was at rest and the monster house was no more. The neighborhood was saved. In that moment, Nevercracker changed before my eyes. From an unknown monster to a sad old man. His living nightmare was finally over. Chowder and I both changed in that moment too. Not that we stopped trick-or-treating or playing with toys or anything different you could see, really. Something changed inside our heads. An idea. The idea that the neighborhood didn't belong to our parents or the police or monsters. The neighborhood and the whole world belonged to us, and we had to take care of every part of it, including each other.
And that's it. That's Monster House. I'll let the credits play for now, but I'll give my opinion that I would have given at the end of the stream, which is, I watched the movie and the movie is okay. Not a huge big thing, but I thought it was a fun, enjoyable movie. The game, obviously worse, but I didn't mind the game much. I did complete it once, but never play it again, and I didn't really have much incentive to, because it was just kind of meh. And, well, to be fair, when we get into our little bonus game that we have now, because that's all we have left outside the art gallery, yeah, there wasn't much else to go with in this one. And obviously, the bonus game that I have here is the arcade game that was shown a little bit in Monster House with that guy from the radio. You know. By the way, I tried to contact him in the escape. I can basically tell you right now that you can't. The button doesn't do anything anymore at that point, so don't bother. There was no point in contacting him anyway. Like, you were supposed to get like hints from doing that, but all you get is like bullshit from him. You just get like random quotes from him, and that's it. So yeah, he was kind of worthless. I mean, yeah, Skull. Like, yeah, I like Keith Ferguson, but Skull sucked. Skull was useless, and the only reason you would ever press that button is if you wanted to hear all of his lines in the game and, like, have a bit of a laugh at that. Other than that, there was no point in having that button there at all, outside of, you know, hey, Skull's here too. That character from the movie's here as well. You know, we gotta get Keith in here somehow. But yeah, that was Monster House, and as you can see, it really was just like the second half of the movie for the most part. The first half was exploring the kids and their personalities and such before they go for the Monster House. And yeah, then the Monster House exploration thing happens where they go inside and they fight against it and such. And they find out all the secrets about it and then they kill it. You know? So yeah, that was Monster House. And now we're about to play the minigame Thou Art Dead after I show off the art gallery. Which I kind of just quickly skimmed through in the stream. I didn't show you that because I want to show you it proper here. But yeah, Thou Art Dead. Now, Skull is supposed to be a great fucking gamer, like the best at Thou Art Dead. Like, nobody can beat his high score. I'm going to show you that that's not the case in the slightest, and this minigame, this little bonus game, is incredibly easy. I'm not even kidding. The fucking bonus game, it's kind of a joke. But yeah, if I was given, like, an additional 20 minutes, I would have actually had completed the entire game in the stream. I wouldn't do Thou Art Dead, though, but I would have actually been in the game at least 100% for everybody in the stream. But I didn't have enough time, so... And yeah, I have 199 credits in total, so... Yeah, if I wanted to, I could just keep playing over and over again with all these credits I have. I'm not going to. So yeah, all you really have is an axe. It kinda is inspired by, you know, ghouls and goblins. But at the same time, it's kind of a lackluster meh game of that. And the thing is, this game does have levels, does have progression, but it has fake progression. It is ultimately an endless game. Because the reason behind it is simple. All these levels just repeat themselves. All the items, all the enemies, they just repeat. And it's not hard to deal with them, honestly. When it comes to the enemies take one hit here, which won't last, you know, forever. Like, they die instantly, so they're easy, but the enemies take, like, more than one hit, like two, like these guys that shoot, like, fireballs at you. The thing about those guys, and any enemy that, you know, takes more than one hit, is their stun time, and, like, the time you can actually hit them after that, is incredibly easy to pull off once you figure out what the timing is. Because once you know, it's, like, you can keep them stunned there in one spot the entire fucking time. Also, there's this item here that kills all enemies immediately. There's also a vial, which gives you health back, and a golden axe, which lets you throw axes. That's it. That's all your items. And they're all limited, and you'll mostly find them on the stage or from flying bat creatures. I would recommend killing every flying bat creature that you find going across the screen in order to get the items in case they have them. Oh yeah, you also have a few moves. You have normal attack, and you also have the charge attack, which you just duck down and then you press the attack button to, like, charge. Your direction when you do this is just continuous, no matter if there's a gap there or not, so you can pretty much go across gaps of that move. And you'll be kind of needing it for the later levels. But, yeah, like, if you want to know how many levels there actually are, I believe it is 7 levels in total before it loops. Level 7 being the boss fight, so... Yeah, it's not like Ghouls and Goblins with the ending, though. It kind of references Mario more than Ghouls and Goblins at that point. But this is very much in, like, reference to Ghouls and Goblins. It is in reference to a game that is notorious for being rather hard, and also the whole ending thing. Had they referenced the ending, where you need a certain item and, like, to upgrade that and your armor to full in order to get a certain weapon that is utter shit, but you need to actually fight the final boss. Had they done that here, I would understand, like, why this would be difficult and why, you know, Skull has such an amazing score. But, as it is, it's just kind of meh. It's more like Castlevania, if anything. It's that simple. Except you have less range because, you know, you have a whip in Castlevania, while here you have an axe. Also, there's the bat creature. He will drop the, yeah, the enemy kill thing. You can lure him further if you wanted to. You can lure the bat fucker further to take care of a much larger group of enemies if you wanted to. But right there was fine for me. There's no timer here either, so like you can just take your time for the most part. But yeah, my main reason for going through the entire thing here is basically to be an asshole to Skull and actually take his score, take his position. I mean, it won't be hard, and I don't really care too much about, you know, actually going through the entire game because you can't. It's infinite looping. Yeah, there's levels, but it never ends. I don't think there actually is an ending you can really get from this game. I don't even know how many levels it would get before it kind of gets stuck. I don't really want to play the game forever to find out. All I can tell you, though, is that if you actually look all around the entire game of Monster House and find those tokens, your total will be at least close to 200 tokens by the end of this. So, yeah, that 199 I had there, I believe, is the max amount of tokens that you can actually get in a whole playthrough of this game. And you really only need the one token to get through, like, the main levels of the game, because it's that easy. If you really cared about score, or about figuring out what the max number of levels are before it kind of bugs out or whatever, which would be amazing to see, but time-consuming as all hell to pull off, like, go for it if you want to do that, but I'm not going to. Anyway, there's the golden axe. As you can see, it is useful for enemies that are in a row and in your way. But ultimately, it's not that great. And it's also limited in time for the music. And yeah, as you can see, the golden axe is of great use. It is limited though, and you can't upgrade your axe at all. It stays the same throughout the entire game. These guys are a little annoying, these alien head things, but they also go down in one hit, much like the normal flying enemies here, these skull bone things. And there's also crabs. They're about as harmless as the skeletons, but they take 2 hits, so, you know, that's fun. But they're not that bad in the end. There's no way up from a spot that's like about 2-3 stories up. So if you want to get rid of the enemies here, I'd recommend doing it immediately. And also, you know, stay up there to get that bat for the axe. It can be of great use, and it will be. I do have bad news though. The stream highlight thing is not over yet, but it will be in the next part, because next part I'll be finishing off Thou Art Dead. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, I'll see you then.